And that's why I was going to ask you, me, like, in the sense of what she said earlier about how the parents get blamed, right? No matter what goes on in these situations, the parents get blamed, right? Because what's the first thing they say? Oh, well, the parent wasn't around, or they must have been this, or they must have been that. And then you, like we talk about stuff all the time. Like, no, like a lot of times we as individuals, when we go through things, it don't really be us that be, we be in the right place at the right time. So what
Mm-hmm.
you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to blame the parents. Easy to say, "Oh, they wasn't raised right. That's why they doing whatever they were doing, or that's why they were in the situation that they were in." It's an easy scapegoat, but they don't realize how many things did you do that your parents didn't want you to do. Like, we all disobey our parents at some point. It don't matter what our parents have instilled in us. You can have three kids who grew up in the same household and they all different.
Yep.
It don't matter. So saying that it came from whoever raised them, that shit don't make sense to me, because everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own traits. Everybody has their own thing. So all the parenting in the world doesn't change who they are. Like, they are who they are.
Exactly. Exactly. Because that's how we are. Like, let's put it in perspective, right? Most of the time when we deal with the police, it's we have to be in such of a, hey, I surrender, right? We have to go to them opened up like this basically all the time when it shouldn't be
Facts.
that way. You get what I'm saying? Like, listen, this young man was a tax paying citizen, which means that whatever salary, whatever pension, whatever thing that they got going on, this young man was contributing to them being possible, for that to be possible, for them to be able to do whatever they do with their family. Right, and then at any given time, they don't look at the people that they're supposed to protect in the same value that they would think about their own children. They are be so quick to take and do something from a person that they feel deemed that they got the power to do so, and they don't think about the ramifications on how we got to continue our lives with that one decision that they made. And then they go home and they kiss and hug their family, knowing that this person that they just violated is not going to be able to do the same, yo. So, Miss Holmes, I want you to tell. I know for sometimes when we go through these type of scenarios, when we hear these stories, anger comes about, right? We want to have better relations in the community between the police and the community. But this right here is just something that brings out a little bit of anger when these stories are told. So, in your quest to find out or to seek justice, how has that been for you dealing with this, being that it's the police involved?
I had 7 charges within 3 months. The officer was charged for being serious. He was charged for murder. He was charged for aggravated assault. They gave him 7 charges. However, I don't know anything about that. So when community activists and the state, their officials come about and present information and they're
Hold on,
expressing it,
hold on,
all I know is this what's going on.
Miss Holmes. Hold on for a second. Your
So,
your
okay,
connection is choppy. It's not your audio is like it's choppy. So what you're saying is not necessarily
okay.
coming through. We want to make sure people can hear you. It's like it's choppy
Can
wherever
you
you
hear
are.
me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just I guess are you moving?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone was I was driving.
Okay, yeah. Because
Someone
you move.
driving.
What's happening is like you're talking, but it's going in and out because you're moving. So I guess your signal is jumping on towers. So we probably gonna have to wait. Wait, are you on your way somewhere where you could get still? Because I really want people to get your message out. You know what I mean? So we want to
Oh,
make
I'm
sure.
about to. I'm about to be somewhere right now. Like I'm pulling over. Yeah. So
Okay,
I'm about to pull over, but like I said, it was 7 charges in the beginning.
right.
Then the DA was revealed for covering up child molestation. Once that happened, she immediately took the charges down.
Wait, hold on. So the DA was. Wait, say that one more time.
Wait, what?
So my son had 7 murder charges. The officer got 7 charges.
Right.
Once the
Officer
officer
had 7
received those 7 charges, Georgia Bureau in the investigation said he was wrong. Chief said he was wrong. Everyone said he was wrong. One of their community leaders ended up releasing that the DA was over a child molestation cover-up. And once that got released up under my son's name, the charges was automatically dropped.
Okay, so wait. So what you're saying is the person who was prosecuting this officer on behalf of the state was brought up on charges from something unrelated, and it caused this case to get thrown out.
Pretty much. So it was, well, she didn't have charges, but it was brought up that she was the board chair over the over this group home. She was the board chair. She had been covering up since 2019 what had been going on with this molestation. Even
Wow.
one of the workers was fired for molestation and hired back the next week. All of this is in reports, you guys. All you have to do is look up the Rainbow House. Well, that information was released during the time that my son was going through, he was going through.
Right.
And because it was being pushed out through the advocates and everybody saying it, she comes back and say, oh, well, I'm not going to go back up for charges. The first grand jury didn't find him guilty and we're not going back for charges.
And
7 charges. How can they not find him guilty on 7 charges, including violation of oath, which should have been an automatic? He had 2 prior uses of forces. He beat up a man that was hearing impaired and speech impaired 2 months prior to killing my son. You guys, it runs so deep. The DA, I don't know if you're familiar with a story down here where the mayor of Jonesboro was just released for pulling out a gun on an officer. Guess who released her? That same DA, her same sorority sister. So the corruption goes so deep. And I guess once I just thought I was fighting police brutality, right? Even though my son made number 5 for the state of Georgia, I didn't know a DA was covering child molestation. I didn't know that the chief's sons had committed 2 armed robberies and the DA released him, both of them in a 3 months time. I knew none of that. But all of this out there in reports. So after you dropped those 7 charges on the son, I began to go in everything that we had on. And so now I've just been blackballed through the county.
wow.